Let's talk to my next guest now, James Matthewson. He's a former Labour Party spokesman, very much not Labour anymore, and a commentator. Good morning and Happy New Year to you, James.
Happy New Year, Julia.
Thanks for joining us. Well, I mean, it's not a happy new year for a lot of people who are worried about the cost of living. And it's interesting that the Prime Minister's first, whatever the 50,000 millionth reset it was this week, talking about the cost of living and how we're going to turn a corner, all change and things are going to improve in 2026. But it certainly won't for drivers, fuel duty set to go up. And it certainly won't for pub owners, hospitality, people who want to go to their local pub, struggling to stay afloat with their business rates are going up. What do you think Keir Starmer doesn't get about the costs that are affecting real people and real businesses right now?
Yeah, absolutely. These challenges at home are huge. I've just got to say before that, I'll just say very, very quickly, your last caller who I had to sit through was an absolute disgrace, by the way.
Why?
Because a woman was just shot dead, and you rightly refuted her on that. I'm pleased to see that you did, but a woman was just shot dead and murdered by federal agents in the US. And did you hear the callousness in her voice because you disagreed with her politically? That's the tide that we're facing from America.
I think we're facing that on the left and the right in America, and I think we face that here as well. If you're on my side, I'll agree with you. If you're not on my side, I'll condemn you.
That's definitely a factor across the world. It is polarization. But I will say, these people who support Donald Trump in their mania will support him no matter what. She was talking about the decency of a woman who got shot and why she shouldn't be there.
But she shouldn't have been there.
Not done. Yeah, I don't care, Julia. She was shot dead.
Yeah, I don't want her shot, but she shouldn't have been there.
The statements and the language from Donald Trump. She was bothered about the rhetoric of the mayor. When you see the words that Donald Trump says about, Greenland, about his own population, about Somali people in Minnesota.
I mean, one could criticise both, and I would criticise both.
Well, we're not here to discuss it. I understand.
Okay.
This. I'll not take any more of your time up about it. I could not sit through it without saying something.
Okay, let's talk about the cost of living here.
Yeah, absolutely. So Keir Starmer's situation that he faces right now is obviously very difficult. But I think you're right. I don't think it's not so much that he doesn't get it. I mean, he must get it. He must understand on a human level how difficult it is for people. And of course, it's in his best interest to fix it. He'll want to, of course he will. I just don't think that he's equipped to do so because he's not thinking outside of the box. Keir Starmer is very much a status quo kind of person. You keep things going as they are. There's certain institutions you can't change. There's certain options that are off the table. Unfortunately, we don't live in those times anymore. We live in times where you have to take drastic measures to fix drastic problems.
But we're going to see, thousands more pubs going under because the business rates. At the same time today, the government is enacting legislation which is going to spend £3 billion of our hard-earned taxpayers' money to give people who don't work full-time, mum off and not working at all, more money because they've chosen to have more kids than they can afford to have under the scrapping of the two-child benefit cap. I mean, they don't get it. This is just about more handouts for people who don't do the right thing, taking money from people who do the right thing.
That's not my view on it. I mean, a strong welfare state's important.
Yeah, we should just throw money at anyone who makes all the wrong decisions and can't be asked to work properly.
Wrong decisions. Come on, Julia. It's not about right or wrong decisions here. It's about a government supporting its people. That's its duty.
Supporting its people.
Yeah, it's responsibility.
And Labour's people are people who can't be bothered to work and have too many kids.
People. It's not about Labour's people. Any government should be doing the same. It shouldn't be up for contestation whether we support our welfare state. Just the same as our NHS.
I support the welfare state. No. Well, I support healthcare, but I don't support the NHS. I support the welfare state as a safety net, not as a way of life for people who can't be bothered.
It's not. But this is the difficulty that we come up against time and time again, Julia, is that you think it is a way of life, but it's very much not. You cannot exist on that.
Well, they do. We constantly hear this, apart from the fact that millions of people do choose to do that.
Lots of people have to. They don't have a choice.
We could help the people who don't have a choice, the severely disabled people who are really in dire straits through illness.
The problem is you're deciding who is in that category.
Yes, I want to decide. Yes, I want medics to decide. I don't think a 19-year-old who doesn't like getting up on a Monday morning is someone I should be supporting with my hard-earned taxes.
I don't know anyone like that, though, Julia.
I literally know kids like that.
I think we should put you. I think there should be a funded documentary to put you in the tribunals, Julia.
Oh my God, please!
No, listen, not so the power can go to your head because I know what you like. But I think it should be so that you can see the reality of it.
Yeah.
And it will soften your heart, and you'll be changed.
I don't think it will. I really don't think it will. I've yet to watch.
BBC with an ear.
I've yet to watch one of these documentaries which are supposed to make me bleeding hot. And I see some woman at the food bank talking about how difficult things are. I'm just like, nope. I just think you should go and get a proper job and start having kids.
I think you need to examine something, or you need a visit from 3 ghosts. But the time for that's passed because we've just had Christmas.
You know who I worry about? I worry about the people who are really struggling, who are doing jobs that they really don't enjoy, with a rotten boss, getting paid a pittance, who are struggling every single day to make ends meet and put food on the table, and who are being forced to pay. And they're being forced to pay for those people. No, the vast majority of people getting that 2-child benefit cap, getting that extra benefit, which is a few grand a year, 3.5 grand a year. It's not 20 quid a week. It's not the child benefit most people are thinking about. They don't either no parent is in work, or only one parent is in work and they're not working full time. I'm sorry, if both parents were working full time, perhaps stopping having babies, they would be a lot better off. And I don't see why I should be funding their poor decision making.
But at the same time, you're frustrated with declining birth rates, and you're frustrated with all of that, aren't you? So if you want to make it more difficult for people to have children,
I don't want to make it more difficult for people to have children. I think that the people who are law-abiding, hard-working taxpayers, I'm pretty sure that those people would have more kids if they didn't have to pay such high taxes to fund the other families who are feckless.
People claiming child benefit are not law-abiding people. Let's be clear about that. These are people who are in all sorts of myriad of circumstances, and it's just as it would be naive of me to say every one of them is fine and crystal clear and unscrupulous and all the rest of it would be wrong. It's wrong for you to say that they're all a problem.
No, okay. No, well, not all a problem, but there are people I'd want to help. We could help the people who need help far more if we weren't helping pretty much anyone who wants it. Let me ask you just finally about Labour setting to hike fuel duty from September. Keir Starmer under pressure for yet another. I mean, every single policy he lays out, there's more pressure for a U-turn. Do you think he will U-turn?
I think you'll probably have to in the end. What frustrates me time and time again, and I end up finding myself siding with Conservatives on this more than people on my own side, which is, it's horrible, Julia, to be honest with you. But, the frustration is the way that we talk about cars in this country, and the way that we still kind of criticise people who have cars or drive vans as if it's like a choice, right? Like I grew up in rural Northumberland, in a single-parent household with not much money at all. We had a car. We had to. My mum went from, scrap car to scrap car to scrap car. We just had to, because you could not get anywhere because there's no bus routes.
Absolutely. And this is what Nigel Farage said about the new drink drive laws, basically saying this is dreamt up by Islington cycling elite because they simply don't understand how vital they are. I'm going to have to leave it there. James Matthewson, former Labour Party spokesman and commentator, thank you so much. Really appreciate that. Philip Ingram, do you want to come back in on any of that?
Yeah, well, I know a large number of people from all different social economic backgrounds, and I know.
I've done military intelligence on all of them.
Well, no, I know people who are genuinely deserving of welfare support, and I would give them my last penny myself if I felt they needed it. But I know even more people who are ripping the system apart. And playing the system. And
the people in between who kind of just need to be nudged to, that's not an option, mate. Go to work.
But a lot are choosing not to work, or a lot are choosing not to do additional hours at work because they're getting benefits. If they didn't get the benefits, the additional hours at work are there and available for them.
Absolutely,
it's just wrong.
Absolutely.